Now, the war has spooked global markets. In India as well, Sensex Nifty closed with deep cuts and crashed sharply. Brent crude oil price has breached the $100 per barrel mark, and gold prices are at a 9-month high. This is the latest as far as the impact of Russia's aggression against Ukraine is concerned. I'm joined by my colleague Avni Raja, who will take us through the impact of this crisis on the markets. Avni, over to you.
That's right. It has been deep cuts through the day as far as the stock markets are concerned. In fact, both the Nifty and Sensex closed the day down almost 5%. Sensex was down over 2,700 points. And remember, this comes amid a global sell-off that we are seeing at this point in time with regard to as a result of Ukraine-Russia. And one of the key reasons for that is all of the uncertainty surrounding this at this point in time. Where is this going to end? How long is it going to go on? Obviously, so those are some of the big questions here. The other factor, of course, is oil prices, which have been spiking and today, in fact, crossed $100 a barrel at this point in time. Now, for India imports almost 85% of oil. So that, in fact, is a direct impact as far as India goes. The other factor is gold, of course, has also seen gold prices have seen a huge spike as well, touching almost a 9-month high. So what happens is usually in any kind of uncertainty, people tend to buy gold, as is what's happening here. Demand for gold going up, which has caused the rise in gold prices as well. So all in all, it is going to be an extremely turbulent and volatile time as far as the stock markets are concerned. We'll, of course, have to wait and see now how it plays out tomorrow. Back to you.
Right, Avni, and experts are saying that this is Sensex fourth worst fall ever. Avni, for the benefit of our viewers, could you also help us understand the impact that's being seen on oil? Because right now we haven't seen, in India, the oil prices haven't been increased. But in the time to come, it is expected that oil prices might shoot up because Brent has breached the $100 per barrel mark.
Well, that's right. So let me break this up into two parts. First, talk about Russia and the larger picture as far as Russia is concerned. So remember, there are two types of crude, US oil fields WTI and North Sea's Brent. So this is usually the two indicators that we do look at. Europe essentially relies on Brent passing through Russian pipelines. Russian fuel represents about a third of Europe's total imports. 70% of oil comes from Russia through pipes that are crossing Ukraine. Now, so attacks that we are seeing right now that could potentially damage these pipelines to Europe. Sanctions on Russia could also see Europe stare at a potential shortage as well. So that is the other implication here. Now, if Putin also looks to shut oil wells, Europe will be facing oil shortage. In fact, Brent crude, as we were talking about, is at an all-time high at this point in time. In fact, crossing that $100 per barrel as well. Now, in terms of what experts are saying when it comes to India's specific impact as well, let me just take you through those important points as well. A 10% hike in oil prices essentially means a 0.5% increase in retail inflation and almost a 1% increase in wholesale inflation. So that is the extent of impact as far as inflationary pressure is concerned for India. We're likely to see both petrol and diesel prices go up by as much as at least 8 to 10 rupees, if not more, once the elections are over. Because right now, even though the oil prices have been going up globally, we're not seeing that impact in India because of elections. The prices are not moving as far as fuel goes. Of course, CNG prices also could see a spike going forward as well. So this is going to be the direct ramification as far as India is concerned. Also remains to be seen what the Reserve Bank of India does, because so far it has been keeping interest rates status quo. But now with this added inflationary pressures, we might see that hike coming in from the Reserve Bank sooner than expected at this point.
All right. Thank you, Avni, for helping us understand the kind of impact this war could have on the oil. And as we have seen across the world, the stock markets have been very, very badly hit. Global markets have seen a bloodbath across the board.